It's my honor to yield 3 minutes to the gentleman from Illinois, a leader on immigration issues, Mr. Gutierrez.
Gentleman from Illinois is recognized for 3 minutes.
Well, I thank the gentleman from Colorado and the distinguished member of the Rules Committee for yielding time to me. Despite bipartisan support for a clean STEM visa bill, this is a partisan bill that picks winners and losers in our immigration system and requires the elimination of diversity visa program before a single STEM visa can be issued. In other words, we want to pick immigrants we like and then eliminate immigrants we don't like, as though some are better than others. The interesting thing is that most of the members of the House can look back in their own personal history and find the countries that are being eliminated, find their own family members and ancestors coming from there. After the historic elections we've just witnessed, it flies in the face of our diverse American electorate to precondition STEM visas on the elimination of diversity visa immigrants, 50% of whom come from the continent of Africa. Like STEM graduates, they have much to contribute to the United States. We've seen this poison pill before, pitting immigrant against immigrant, before when the House voted down H.R. 6422 under suspension, but it gets worse. Inserted in the new version of this bill is an amendment in the visa program the majority claims helps families and makes bill balanced and bipartisan. Let me be clear. This was not a provision negotiated with us on the Democratic side. It was negotiated with anti-immigrant groups and extremists in the Republican Party. H.R. 6429 takes the V visa, a bipartisan visa created more than 10 years ago, and amends it to deny V visa holders eligibility to work and cuts out of the program spouses and minor children already living in the U.S. This backhanded, so-called family fix should offend anyone who truly cares about families. But the family provisions are even worse than that. Families of STEM visa holders are treated fairly, but the families of ordinary green card holders are treated as second class. If you are a STEM degree holder, your spouse and minor children can immediately come to the United States and your spouse is granted a work permit. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle know this. However, if you're an ordinary green card holder who applies to bring your spouse and children to the United States through our regular family immigration channels, you will make your spouse and children wait at least a year before joining you in the U.S., and we will not allow your spouse to work once he or she gets here. I agree that the STEM holders should be able to bring their families, their children, and their wives or their husbands, and that their spouses should be able to work legally in the United States. However, I resent that the spouses and children of other family-based immigrants are treated differently and unfairly. Apparently, Republicans' devotion to family extends only to families where the principal immigrant is smart enough to earn a PhD and master's degree in the STEM field. And that is something that I resent. And that is something that all Americans should abhor. It goes against the immigration diversity that we have as a nation created.
Time of the gentleman.